Well, you're down at the Harbourfest again in Bristol, and we got many people here today from all over the country basically. I myself are now looking back over, and you've got the famous ship the Balmoral that does various trips down to Ilfracombe and Cardiff and all these other places. And well, it's quite a change really from last year. It looks a bit different. Last year we were over on the other side and we were talking to the lifeboat people, and the lifeboat people had come from, I believe, Barmouth and different places. And this year we got the other side of the docks, which is making a bit of a difference. And there's people here from all over the world, as far as some people come as far as Bedminster. And you know, they've come on bikes and trikes and ships and aeroplanes and everything. And it seems that I think they're enjoying themselves. They look as though they are. Some of them are even smiling. So it must mean they are quite enjoying themselves. So I myself have been in the Navy for a number of years. I go back as far as Treasure Island basically. I'm a direct descendant of Ben Gunn, and I've climbed up in the Navy, you know, ranks. I blow up the rubber dinghies. That's what I've been doing lately. I started off just sweeping the decks, but I've climbed. There's no holding me up really. I've just climbed the ranks, and hope to be the head of the British Navy before long. The way things are going, we won't have a navy at all, because there's so many cuts in this country that you know, it's unlikely that we will, you know, have a navy at all. So that's really why I've sort of majored on the rubber dinghy business. And of course I see a lot of scope in that, because the big battleship will be gone, and also the aircraft carrier. So I do think that the rubber dinghy will really be come into its own. And you know, it's one of those things, I suppose, with all the cuts that we've had in the Navy over the last few years. All these people seem to be enjoying themselves. They seem to be having quite a good time. See, you'll be on the news tonight. And this is it really. It's a marvellous place here in Bristol. You see, when I was a boy, this was just like timber yards and what have you, and there was only one ferry that we used to go across, and I think we used to pay a penny, I think, for going over there. But now, see, it's boats everywhere. Wherever you look, you've got boats all over the shop. Doesn't make no difference. Yeah, there's people. Look, there's thousands here today. I've counted at least 3 already, and I've been here an hour and a half. You see, so it's a great success, really. So, the way we're going. I myself am not a famous whistler, but I do a bit of whistling. I follow a man called Ronnie Winnell, who's the greatest whistler in the world. So I'll just do a few bird noises and then run for cover. Here we go then. You see, we're not far from the zoo. I'm frightened myself to go up the zoo because they might keep me in. That's the problem I got. So it's not easy for me, because I might be, you know, I might be recaptured and kept in the zoo permanently. There's a new place now up the zoo, and we got all these different types of animals and different things, see, and we do a lot of conservation and everything. We're one of the leading places in the world for conservation in Bristol, with the zoo and what have you. And we got rare different things there, like the tigers and what have you. And also, what else have we got? They got the Bristol Hippodrome, and the Bristol Hippodrome has now been going for 100 years. I myself were in the Bristol Hippodrome programme for whistling and what have you. But I have promised to meet one of my old pirate mates later on in the day. In fact, we've got to go now. He's doing a bit of singing and cutting people's heads off and different things, you know, sort of pleasurable things.
Oh, look at that. That's right. What you got to say ooh-ar. Can you say ooh-ar? Ooh-ar. Fantastic.
And you know, it goes right back to Treasure Island. This is a famous city for that sort of thing. And the thing is, there's been a lot of pirates and different things in Bristol. You see, over the years, it's been one of the main centres for pirates and what have you do, and pirates and what have you. We're gathered here at the Millennium Square in Bristol, and we're celebrating at the statue of Cary Grant. You may not have heard of Cary Grant, but Cary Grant became a very famous Hollywood star. But having been born in Bristol and bred, he first became known, he went to the Bristol Hippodrome as an acrobat. Very young boy, and he got rather good at this acrobatics, and from there he went off to America, and in America he joined this, I think it was this famous band of clowns, and from there actually he got a chance to go into Hollywood films. Now he's made something like nearly 100 films altogether, from I suppose the end of the 20s to the 60s. Very well known he was, and he used to come back to Bristol once a year to see his old mother, I think, who lived till she was about 93. And he never forgot Bristol. He never forgot his roots. And he also had a very I wouldn't say an happy life in one sense, because he'd been married I think 7 times. I may have missed 1 or 2 out, but myself, I've had enough trouble with just 1. But obviously, you know, he's had 1 or 2 very famous Hollywood. Barbara Hutton was one. I think she was a Woolworths heiress, so she could get everything cost price, so he was all right there. He knew what he was doing. He was a man who liked to save a few shillings, like myself really. And but as time went on, he had 1 daughter, by the way, by I think a name called, I forgot her name now, Annette, this is completely wrong, Annette Carroll. He had a daughter, I don't know how old the daughter would be, something like 40 now or something, but that's the only child as far as I know that he did have. But he certainly became a millionaire from Bristol. His father, by the way, was a trouser presser like myself. He used to crease people up actually in what he was doing, and it shows you from small beginnings, just here at the Bristol Hippodrome and onward, that you can make it to the top. It is not impossible.